Hey guys, welcome to whatever this is. I am Delaney and I kind of I have a confession. I kind of do know what this is today. Um, Yesterday I made a short little post and I don't think I put it on every platform, but it was just a quick quote that I read that reminded me about the change of perspective that we need sometimes. And the quote said, sometimes when the good things in life aren't coming to us, it's because we are the good things to somebody else. Um, and today I woke up and I found out that one of my friends, um, keep in mind that I only know part of the story, with the side that she's told me, but I feel though that she just recently got hired at a position, one that I think that she would have been more than adequately qualified to hold. Um, and unfortunately, this place didn't train at all. She was only there for a week before they sat her down and told her she was making mistakes and that they had to let her go. Now, this girl really took it to heart. I mean, and I think most of us would, right? It's kind of that rejection thing that nobody wants to have happen to us. But the thing that struck me with this whole situation was just how down on herself my friend got over this company letting her go. It's not the end of the world for her because she does have another job. Um, I think she was kind of excited for this because um, it gave her a chance to help the people who she knows needs it. Um, they come from a place where she's been, right? So she understands the struggle that's going on with them to a certain degree. I mean, everybody's story is different, right? Every circumstance is a little bit different. But she came over and honestly, guys, she was so teary that she could hardly talk. And the first thing that came to my mind was, this isn't you, right? Don't put this kind of criticism, don't carry it with you because it has nothing to do with you. Whatever's going on at that place, they've got some issues that they've got to deal with internally, and them letting you go is just a clear sign of that, right? Nobody hires a person and then in a week tells them that they're just not able to fulfill the position, especially when they haven't even trained you. So I guess mostly what I want to say today, guys, is we all have that fear of rejection. I certainly do. I don't like it. But I think what we have to do when we do face that rejection, we do receive the rejection, is to take a step back for a moment and with ourselves, right? I mean, and this takes time. It's not something that's going to happen right in the HR department when you are told that you're let go. I mean, there's some super strong emotions that are going to come forward, but the trick with this is to make sure that you give yourself enough time to properly do an inventory of yourself to see if you're the one that's responsible for this. A lot of the times we're not. I believe that most people are doing the best that they can with what they have in the current moment, right? Mistakes are always going to happen. And if you're going to criticize a person for their mistakes, you should probably make sure that there was some training that went into it first. You can't just, I mean, can you imagine being in grade 1 learning how to read and write, and your teacher firing you from grade 1 telling you that you can no longer go to school because you don't know how to read or write after you drew your first A backwards? It's a little harder with the capital A. It's, maybe you could do it upside down and really fuck with them, but giving yourself that time to go through the events that led to the rejection kind of brings into focus another post that I made about giving yourself the grace, right? When it's all about learning the lesson without carrying the shame, right? There is no shame in being fired unless you willfully tried to mess things up. I mean, and I've said it before, if that's what you're doing, I don't know where to go with it. I don't understand that kind of a person, so I don't understand a lot of people, really. I want to make that really painfully clear. I am just me, and what I say in these videos is all just based on my experience. A lot of it has to be my opinion because I am not going to cite novels, and I'm just not that kind of girl. I'm just going to give it to you how I feel it, and because that's how I've learned, right? I haven't been able to learn from other people's mistakes, so I've had to make my own, and I trust that you have to make your own mistakes as well. I hope that when you make them around me, that I have the patience to accept that it's just a mistake, right? And not like this girl's boss who didn't realize their mistakes, so they pushed it onto somebody else. Not saying that that's the case. Maybe that it was the case. Let's not get stupid here. But doing that, giving yourself a little bit of time to kind of rehash the events, making sure that the emotions that you're feeling, labeling them, feeling them, and then letting them go through you, pass on. You have to do that. If we just go around fully in our emotions all the time, we're going to say and do things that we don't, later on, we are not going to really resonate with, and we will probably feel badly about some of the things that we say, at least because I know I do. I get angry and say hurtful things. I try to stop that as much as I can. You can't take it back, right? But sitting with yourself, feeling those feelings, meditating on it, that's a big one, guys, the meditation. I know it's going to put a lot of people off, but meditation isn't just sitting with your legs crossed going in front of a candle, right? It's a place where there's nothing but you and your questions and your answers. And surprisingly enough, even if you don't think you have the answers, during meditation, time with yourself, things start to become clearer all by themselves. Going to somebody else and getting advice for some of your problems, I mean, you can get guidance and you can get answers that reflect the experiences of the person that you've asked. But every situation, like I said earlier, is different, and every person is different. So therefore, their experiences are different, and their answers and solutions to your problem aren't going to be the same as your problem or your solution. So when you ask for advice from anybody other than yourself, you have to take it with a grain of salt. If you answer your own questions through thoughtful meditation, being in touch with yourself and following your intuition on how it's going to feel, right? Uh, I think that's the secret. We are full. Our surroundings, sorry, we aren't full. Well, we kind of are, but our surroundings are so full of distractions these days. I mean, even me just making a video right now is a distraction in a way, because I could have used these 10 or 15 minutes to sit with myself and go over what happened this morning um, in a little more detail, trying to figure out why the feelings that I felt came up, what they were trying to show me in the moment, and how I reacted to them, and how I got to the solution, how I got to the point where I thought, well, the best thing right now is to get on and do a video. Whether or not I post the video is a whole different thing, but one of the things that I found about posting videos is when I'm done recording, I will sit and watch these videos, mostly to make sure I don't curse too much. And I used to go back and try to fix where I went off course a little bit, because I know some of these videos, they bounce all over the place, and I don't want that to be the case where the viewers aren't able to follow what I'm saying. But at the same time, it's got to be generic enough, it's got to be real enough and organic enough when I'm making the video that my real thoughts came out. The words that I want to hear and impart to others, I listen to that to make sure that the message in the entirety is what I set out to give. And it's important for me to do that, because I have actually learned that if I talk for long enough, I will come back around and start contradicting what I have said at the beginning. It's almost like I'm trying to argue with myself on a subconscious level somehow. And so when I rewatch these and I see the contradiction in what I'm saying between the beginning and the end, it kind of gives me an idea that what I'm saying is still something that is being worked out inside of me. And sometimes I will still post those videos, because it's important, I think, to realize that in our lives, it's okay to go back and change our mind, right? That what we believe today could change and should change, depending on what we experience going forward from here. I think that's one of the biggest issues with people right now, is they have a set of beliefs that they maybe adopted when they were very young, that are based on other people's, what they've been told, not by experience, but it turns into rhetoric, right? We've all heard what's going on down south of the border right now. The crazy things that they're saying, when you hear them, they don't even make sense. It's just words coming out, and they're designed to make us feel a certain way, right? And they're most of the time, it's a very negative place that they want us to go. They want us to hurt. They want us to feel pain, so that we will endorse the giving of pain back. This is way too long. It's almost 15 minutes already. I'm so sorry, guys. Be you, right? Be ruthless with it. Be selfish with it. It's the most important thing in this whole entire world, is to be yourself. And once you start to be yourself, it's so addicting. I wish for all of you that you experience the joy that comes from that at some point. Hopefully soon. Have a good day.